America is $37 trillion in debt, and every taxpayer owes over $323,000. Social Security? Bankrupt in 8 years. Medicare? Gone in 10. And in just 15 years, your savings could be worth nothing. The politicians don't want you to hear this truth, but I'm going to lay it out right now.
Policy, help us. We're trying to save this country. This is what, and Elon Musk, who's making no money doing this, is trying to save this country. Why? Because he has invested in the United States of America more than anybody, right? So I think that we should embrace it. In fact, not a single company, governor of any state would ever turn down Elon Musk and his team of Doge from coming in and providing free services to right the course and financially in any state or organization. It's ridiculous that we would demonize someone that loves this country so much. Mr. Whitman, the formation of agencies via the executive action is not new, right? The formation of Doge is not new. Can you are you familiar with any other previous presidencies where they've formed organizations like Doge via executive action?
Yeah, so actually the agency that Doge is occupying is one that was created in a previous administration, so it is something that happens routinely. But I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, there's been the Office of Budget Management was created, Environmental Protection Agency was created, the U.S. Digital Service, which is now Doge, was created all by executive order, right?
And actually one other I'd add is USAID was originally created through an executive order by President Kennedy and then later formalized.
And then, Madam Chair, I have a video I would like to end with that just, let's review, if we could cue that, to remind, and I want to remind my Democratic friends, at a point in which you once had the majority of the American people on your side, this is what your party believed in.
This report tells us how to cut waste, cut red tape, streamline the bureaucracy, change procurement rules, change the personnel rules, and create a government that works better and costs less.
I've read it, and where it says the president should, the president will.
Among the 800 recommendations, eliminating 12% of the federal workforce, merging some government agencies like the FBI, the DEA, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, closing hundreds of government offices outside Washington.
From the day I took office, one of the commitments that I made to the American people was that we would do a better job here in Washington in rooting out wasteful spending. We thought that it was entirely appropriate for our governments and our agencies to try to root out waste, large and small, in a systematic way. It means cutting some programs that I think are worthy, but we may not be able to afford right now. A lot of the action is in Congress and legislative, but in the meantime, we don't need to wait for Congress in order to do something about wasteful spending that's out there. We haven't seen as much action out of Congress as we'd like, and that's why we launched on our own initiative the campaign to cut waste. And we're going to keep on finding every possible way that we can do that, even if Congress is not acting.
Welcome back to Jace Manwa. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos where we break down the truth the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear. Now let's get right into it. We just heard a lawmaker lay it out plain and simple. America is drowning in debt. $37 trillion. That's the national debt today. And if you divide that out, every single U.S. taxpayer is essentially on the hook for more than $323,000. That's not monopoly money. That's your future, my future, and the future of our children and grandchildren. Think about what that really means. Social Security? Bankrupt in 8 years. Medicare? Bankrupt in 10. And within 15 years, the dollar itself could be devalued to the point where it's worth next to nothing. What happens then? Your pension, your bank account, your savings, they all become worthless. And what are we doing about it? Some of us are fighting tooth and nail to save this country, while others are defending reckless spending and attacking anyone who dares to speak up. And instead of engaging in honest debate, Democrats turn to character assassination. They demonize people like Elon Musk. Because he's successful? Because he's rich? That's their argument? That's not a policy discussion, that's desperation. Meanwhile, Musk has poured more money, more innovation, and more opportunity into this country than most politicians ever will. He's not doing it for profit, he's doing it because he believes in America. And yet the left wants you to think he's the villain. That right there shows how broken their arguments have become. What I found interesting in this hearing is the discussion about agencies created by executive order. Democrats pretend like it's something new or unconstitutional, but it's not. Agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency, the Office of Management and Budget, USAID, they were all created this way. The agency in question here, DOGE, is just the latest in a long line. That's how government has always functioned. So let's cut the double standards. But here's the kicker. The speaker played old clips of Democrats like Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, both of whom once promised to cut waste, merge agencies, and reduce bureaucracy. Clinton bragged about cutting the federal workforce. Obama said government had to do more to root out wasteful spending, even launching a campaign to do it without Congress. That's right. The very same Democrats who once claimed to champion fiscal responsibility now attack anyone who dares to suggest the same reforms. What changed? Power. That's it. When Democrats are out of power, they talk about cutting waste. When they're in power, they spend like there's no tomorrow. As a patriot, I'll tell you this. America is at a tipping point. We cannot continue on this path of endless spending and crushing debt. If we don't change course, we're condemning the next generation to poverty and decline. It's time to demand accountability. It's time to demand leaders who care more about saving this country than protecting their political careers. So what do you think? Is it time to put an end to this reckless spending? Should we start holding our leaders' feet to the fire before it's too late? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And again, if you value truth, if you value patriotism, and if you believe in America's future, hit that like button, subscribe to Jace Manoir, and share this video so more people can hear what the mainstream media refuses to tell you. My name is Jace, this is Jace Manoir, and I'll see you in the next one.